Welcome to this week's episode of the Reloading Podcast, here on the Firearms Radio Network.
Okay. So we're here at Accurate Outdoors. This is Ben. He's going to take us back and show us a tour of the facility. So let's go.
Our main shipping and receiving thing does our orders, gets them processed, and then gets them ready to load. Go down this way, kind of where everything starts out.
Looks like we got some 380 projectiles right there going up front. And hey Ben, those are the power belt ones. That's kind of where the company started, right?
Yep. Yeah, this is all of our. This is just the pamphlets for all of they look like. We'll get to that point. Make the bullets. They start out as a lead, which is we kind of store all there.
Let's go take a look at that. It'd be pretty interesting to see. So this is the lead core that they get these in rolls, and this is where everything starts.
We actually get them in lead ingots. We make these.
Oh, you get lead ingots and you pour it down. Nice, that's even better.
So we make all these and we have them stored so they're ready to go whenever we get whatever size order we're going to be doing.
So you guys really are starting from, because a lot of places, they order this cores like this.
Yeah, no, we make them. So we'll show that over there. Normally we start with a lead ingot and then we'll process it. We also store the lead cores over here if we're going to do large orders, so we just store certain things over here. So let's go over here and show you that. These are the machines. It's kind of as we came to quieter. So it starts out over here.
Yeah, so we came in on a Friday. Everybody got to leave early today, so that's why there's nobody in here. But it's also nice for us because it's quiet, so we get to look at all the cool stuff they got going on. Looks like this is the where they put the cores on. Look at all that.
So everything, this is basically the start. This is where everything starts.
You are getting a specific alloy in to start with.
Yes.
And so this is the raw ingots that they're getting in, and then they melt them down.
Yep. So we use this machine, which then comes through onto here, which then makes the rolls. So then from here we take the rolls and then feed it to these machines.
And each one of these caliber specific 45s.
No. So we basically will change it out to whatever we're working on. So we'll, so what they do, if you want to get here, so we basically change out here. This is kind of the collier, and then also there's a carbide die that they use to press, and then it just punches them out. So depending on the caliber, we'll swap this out and then put the new one in. So sometimes you may have 9s all the way down.
Okay.
So it really just depends. I know that we've been doing a lot of power belt because it's our order season for that. So that's a fairly big one. So it looks like it's a quick yeah.
So the nice thing that they're doing is they do double strike. So this is the first strike.
Yeah.
So yeah, each plate is going to do whatever size, like you just said. They could be doing 380s, 9s, 45s, all on all of these machines. Comes right off those big reels there.
Yeah, if you want to go down to the buckets and show you kind of what they look like. after they've been
So they come
sledged.
out, and is this where they come into?
Yeah, so the rolls come in, get processed, and then the finished product comes out.
Okay, so they're actually going down. If you can see, Joel, they're coming down off the reel right there, coming up right here. Nice.
Yeah, and then they get cut, go through, get striked, and then they'll get pushed out here. And then looks like this is what they're making. So
These are 115. So all you guys waiting for your 115 projectiles, they're all right here.
yep,
These 115s. These are one of your biggest sellers, right?
yep. 9 115s and 45 230 round nose are two top. Because the big part a lot of people don't understand is the kind of part why retail is so slow right now is that our biggest buyers are the reloader or the manufacturers that reload. So they're buying 80,000 bullets at a time in drums. So it's hard to then keep those guys happy and also feed our retail. So we're kind of juggling that right now.
Yeah, that doesn't look. You guys, you saw all the reels of lead core. Those shelves are just full, so they're not short on material. It's just filling those orders. It sounds like.
To an extent. So
Capacity.
part of it is we don't have the production level to keep up with the demand that was created. So prior we were fine. But this next step, so after you've gotten your core, this is really where our choke point what he's doing is he'll pull out a couple of handfuls and he'll weigh them, where they're at in the plating process. So
This is step one in the quality control. You're verifying all the weight.
no, that's we've already done. So we have a lady that goes through the swedge bullet and she pulls them out at the lead core to make sure they're correct in that position. And then, so she checks them there. That would technically be step one would be the lead core. Then they come in through here, and then as they're being done, they're checking or making sure that the weights are correct, make sure the consistency is
So
correct.
you're saying after every single step, there's a human checking.
Yeah, so that's why our bolts are so consistent, and the consistency of the bullets are tighter because of how many times we check it. So like say the 9 124 to 16 hours. So we have an idea. So a 9 124 hollow point is 16 hours of plating. But it's because of the hollow point, it's got the crevices, so it just takes longer. But the 16 hours is kind of plus or minus. It may take a little bit less. Sometimes it may take more if our baps are wrong. So it's kind of a, like you say, like an organic type thing where it may be good, it may be bad, and we just have to stay on it like every single day.
And so it's a chemical-based plating process then?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've got dissolved copper and
Yeah, so it starts out, it gets cleaned, so we go through a cleaning and etching and get it ready for plating. And then we have all of those baths over there, and they get cleaned again, rinsed, and then they come through, and then we get ready for the restrike. At that point, we've been checking it along the way, make sure the weights are where we want them to be.
So when they come from this area into here, what's the first step, right? This process right here?
I don't know.
This the first lap?
What's the process?
Take a bunch of bullets. Drop it over there. Drop in this tank. This is a chemical soap, a really harsh soap that works with the electricity. So it gets all the grease and grime off from the swage process. And the electricity gets rid of all of those smaller particles of lead on there, and it magnetizes them so they come to these plates. Spray them off, move them to this one. This is just a rinse station to get the soap off of it.
Yeah. For all you guys who like to wet tumble, be jealous of that right there.
That go in there, and then it's a methane sulfuric acid. We used to use fluoric acid, but fluoric acid is a lot harsher than acid. When that fluoric mixes with the tank solution, it creates a gas that can kill you in a matter of seconds. That's why we have grid stations after this acid. Grid station, hook it up, spray it off. This is a transfer tank. So when you dump a load of bullets at the very end, you'll bring a barrel back and put it back in here. And so you dump those bullets in here, spray them off, and they go into the plating tank. And every hour you're adding a barrel, every half hour sometimes we'll add a barrel. Just depends on what we're running really. But put it in there every hour, move it down every hour so you have that consistency in the tank. That way every bullet plates the exact same. But yeah. So that's the clean line process.
It's all just to clean the projectiles and get them ready for the plating.
All preparation.
And when you show us when it leaves here, it comes over.
This here comes up here. Plating tanks, sodium cyanide, sodium hydroxide.
So explain how this works. You're actually putting basically little copper ingots in here.
Yeah.
And then that's dissolving and electrolysis is happening. And they're just going, what's that strip?
That's just a barrel cap that holds the
Okay.
But these are copper anodes. So the cyanide is what breaks down copper. These copper anodes, they go through the cathode layer, which is a very thin layer on the very top of the tank. And after that, they become suspended in the tank and slightly positively charged. And then all of these bullets in the barrel are slightly negatively charged by anglers that are within the barrel that are slightly negatively charged because they're all tight. So with that process, that's how you get that.
Positive and negative attract, so all the particles are plating onto the lead core. So that's I've never seen this kind of stuff. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is a real treat to have Acura let us come in here and actually see what's going on. So is this like station one and then it comes over here, or is this just all like one whole run?
It's all run each station. So you just do one throughout the process. Some bullets, like you said, take 6 hours to play. Some take 28 hours or 30. Cleans the bullets really good. Dump the bullets, spray them off, and they go into that big industrial dryer right there. And they come out looking like this.
There you go.
So after it's dry, you put it in the barrels, right? So then they'll go from the barrels, and then I'll just go to re-extract of the next step. Now it's been, the copper's been added to it. Now the shape or the size of it isn't going to be correct. It's going to be a little bit bigger. So now we got to form it back to
Now
the
you got to
size.
resize it, try it again. So from what would you say from start ingot to leaving the plating? How many hours do you say we're at that point?
That's gonna be based on the plating. So we'll just say it's a
16.
9 hour, well, 16. You're probably at 20, 24 hours from there to there. And it's the way it works too is that we'll they're on a schedule. So like, okay, the next one we're gonna do is gonna be, say the 9115s. So then they'll take however much it fills to a drum. They'll take all of those barrels, and then each bucket is one barrel. So then they do those ones, and then we'll just kind of go down the process. And because one of those drums you saw spinning, that's not a whole barrel. That's only so many, because you can only plate so many at a time in that. So I would say it's about 24 hours to get back to here. It could be longer depending on the plating. And then when you get over to here, your restrike. This is basically your finished product. We've got over here. So we always label them so we know kind of what's coming through.
So there you go, guys. There's your 115s. They're hoarding them all. They're hoarding them. Look at that.
So these ones are right out of plating. So if you take
These are straight out, and these ones get in on there.
Yeah, the easiest ones you can tell. See the base of them, how this is more rounded. And then this is flat again. This has been restruck. So that way it's back to that consistent size and everything. So.
And what did you say, just for example, these 115s, the plating thickness, just roughly?
Shoot. I'd have to look.
I think we're anywhere from 9 to 12 thousandths.
I think so. That sounds about right.
You told me one time, I don't remember, but I know for me, from what I've noticed, their plating is quite thicker than a lot of other companies that I've dealt with.
Yeah. The hardest thing is that I know that each bullet has a different thickness.
Correct, yeah.
Some of them have thicker than most. I know that across the line, I know that we are a heavier plating than a lot of companies.
I would agree with that 100%.
We've pushed our 9124 hollow points to almost 1,500 feet per second with no delamination, no signs of cracking. This is caught in a cotton trap, and it looks fine. So we don't know really what the limit is yet, but we just haven't really pushed it there yet. It's because most open guns are about that 14 to maybe 1,500 feet per second. And if they're holding up there, then there's no reason for us to let's go beyond those limits. But yeah, so it starts here, goes through, gets restruck, and then it goes back into a new barrel, and then they're all restruck. Kind of cool thing on some of our 38s and our 44, we had a cannelure. This is a cannelure machine. Basically just runs through. I don't think there's any. Nope, we got any in here, but so yeah, basically.
So these are your feeders.
Yep.
So this is doing 2 at once.
Yeah. So it just goes through and puts that little ring, the cannelure grooves around it. And that's its own job. That's all it does. Just runs through here. We'll have a barrel if the bullet that we're doing needs it. They'll go from there right over here after it's being restruck.
That's pretty interesting. Get in here for a second, Joel. Dual case feeders coming down these tubes. This rotates, and it's doing 2 at once. And you can see right here, they got a die in here that's putting the cannelure on. So this is rotating, doing 2 at once, and then here's your output, and they're filling out the buckets right here. So that's how the cannelure is getting on your projectiles.
So from here, technically, the bolts are done. It's kind of dependent on, is it going to be retail or is it going to be OEM? If it's OEM, they stay in the drums, and then it gets QC'd again. Our QC lady then takes 15 bullets, weighs every single one of them, we measure every single one of them. So we take 15, so we take those, and as long as those 15 are consistent, then we go, okay, that's good. If we have some ones that are off, then we'll start digging more and see, okay, was this a one time, or is this, hey, there's something wrong with this batch?
Okay. Which it really probably doesn't happen very often because of all the steps that we just went through as a human is actually touching and doing a quality check on everything before it even gets down that far.
Yeah, so you have one here, then you have 4 to 5, maybe 6 times in there as it's being checked throughout. So you have that many times in there. And then in here, you'll have it a few times before it goes into restrike. And then once the barrel's done, or actually throughout the barrel, she'll check it just kind of to see where it's at. If it looks fine, then she'll just leave it alone. The barrel will be done, and then before it even sent out the door, we take the 15 bullets, we check it, and in the drum, we have a baggie that shows these are the 15 we checked. This is the paperwork that it comes with it, so you can verify that the information's correct. So that way, it's just our consistency is just because of that. So this is over here. We'll see if there's a finished drum. Just to show you. Yeah. So when they go out, there's a baggie, has a lot number, has the size, everything. These are the ones that were tested. And then they go through and we check all the weights, the diameter, and the lengths. Depth is only for hollow points. So if it's a hollow point present, then they'll check the depth. It's signed, dated, the lot number, how many are in the drum, and then what bolt they're doing. So every drum has one of these. Even if it's, like say if it's going to be retail, it's the same process. They'll get to this point, but then that drum will be designated just for retail, and then that is set all.
Yeah, so if you're saying basically, if this is going out to us as a consumer or the retail side, this is where it ends up, and then it'll get either shipped out for the retail side as big OEMs or broken into boxes for us.
Yep. And we'll show you, I guess, where the product is. And today, since part of our sales is OEM, and then we have retail locations, and then we have online retail. So we had to decide how much is going to our retail locations, how much is going online, and we just released 9115s. What you see on the shelf. We had a couple that we put online, so people could buy them. So this is our packaging area. Obviously, you can see our shelves are so full. But when it gets boxed up, this is where everything goes.
That's all I care about right there.
Yeah. So all of our labeling's up here. We've got all of our packaging. Any online orders, these are all of our flat rate boxes that we use. And then when we're stocked back up, we do have all of our bulk boxes, but as you can see, we're still behind on a lot of
Basically the demand is so high, it's just hard to keep these shelves full.
Yeah, so right now, this is the ones that don't move very much, so that's why we have a lot of these. And then we just stocked these recently, so we've got the 9115, the 124 hollow points, and then it looks like the 147 round nose. We just got those in. So that's what we have right now. Hopefully I think we're gonna have 40s soon.
Yeah, 40s,
huh? But yeah, that's kind of where we get to the last stop for this side. I know so everything's the same for the black powder side, but show you kind of what they look like. There's more labor intensive for the black powder side. So when they come in, take off. So when they come in here, they usually start out with just a bullet like those, but it's got a gas check post on the back. And then so they manually put a gas check on every single one of them. And then this station, they're in the process of putting a tip in each of them, and they have to hammer them in. So they go through and hammer all the tips in. But that's our other side. But this is the more labor intensive, and you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tables. Each table's got 2 stations or more, depending on how many people we got working. So we do a lot of black powder. But yeah, so there's like a finished drum. These are all the syrups, and then all those boxes are all going out, and it's big part of our business as well. This is the black powder bullets. Yeah, that's the process. That's start to finish.
Well, Ben, appreciate you showing us around. I've never seen anything like this, and it's I enjoyed it. Hope you guys did too. See ya.